This time around I'm going to review one of the later Mastertronic releases. That's Mindtrap, released in 1989. The back of this says, "Startle your brain with a series of fiendishly tricky puzzles. Only the quickest thinkers can survive." Let's see how that goes, eh? Okay, let's take a look at Mindtrap's packaging then. It's pretty basic stuff. There's a bloke thinking on the front cover, indicating that it's going to be tricky and hard work for the mind. There's not many Mastertronic games that I'm aware of that have got this kind of design on the cover, but this is one of them. And if we take a look inside, we've got some screenshots which look utterly dull, and the description of the game. Okay, the loading screen's just come up, and that's not very exciting looking, to be perfectly honest. And taking a look inside the packaging, we've got the loading instructions and controls, and then it tells you what you're up against. Keeping the world a neat and tidy place is not easy. Doesn't sound like the most enthralling of games, to be perfectly honest. And on the inside, another 2 pages of information. Something I just noticed there. There's 999,999 levels to keep you amused. So you should be able to get your money's worth for it as long as the game's actually enjoyable. Something I've not seen in the inlays for any of the other games so far is an advert for programmers to send their games into Mastertronic and possibly get them published. Don't be duped by other companies' claims. When it comes down to publishing budget software, there's really only one choice. So yeah, there is the possibility there for people to send their games in and maybe get a contract with Mastertronic. So here's Mindtrap with a pretty run-of-the-mill basic title screen. You've got a choice of new game or an old game. I'll explain what an old game is later. Joystick or keyboard, and you can define the keys, but I'll be using the joystick so I don't need to. Background music's pretty decent, so let's get on with the game. You get to type my name in. So the idea of the game is to create lines of these squares, which are dice, that match the colours at the bottom of the grid there. So you can rotate these, where this large square cursor goes, you can rotate the 4 items in that box around by moving the joystick left or right when you hold the fire button down, as you can see there. You've got a limited amount of time and number of moves, which is on the right hand side there. So the idea is you just basically get these in line and you move on to the next one. Background music's a bit Tetris-like, and the game, I suppose, is a puzzle game much like Tetris as well, so let's give it a go anyway. Made a mess of that there. Okay, getting somewhere now. Okay, so that's the side bit is lined up, so all I need to do now is get the blues and the pinks and the greens lined up. And there we go, that's the first level completed. That wasn't too tricky. And so you complete the level and it gives you a password. Can you imagine writing that password down? I know I can't, although how are you going to get through all 999,999 levels any other way, I'm not sure. So basically, back to the title screen where it said old game is where you effectively can enter a password and start on a later level, which I'm not going to do, but I will go on to level 2 and give that a go. That's confusing. I've seen to have got all the pink ones at the top and all the green ones at the bottom. That's surely not going to do me much good. Let's see how to get out of this one. Oh, there we go. That wasn't too bad. That was actually easier than the first level. So apparently it goes on later, and there's actually a 3-dimensional side to it where you've got to swap them between levels as well as on a 2-dimensional plane. But that's not until level 33, so I'm not going to go that far through it. I'm sure you'd have switched off way before then anyway. But I'll do one more, just to give an idea. The key really is to get the outside edges and then do the 2 in the middle. I think I've messed this one up. I'm going to get the greens. Do that. Oh no, I've made a right mess of this. Somehow. So close but yet so far. There must be a way to do this. Aha! Got you. So that's another level completed, and so it goes on for another nearly 1,000,000 levels. So there's not much else to say about the game really. It's very basic looking. The sound's okay, the music I should say is okay. Obviously I assume the levels are going to get more tricky as the game progresses. It's not bad, you know. I think there's no doubt if you like these kind of games, if you're a Tetris fan or a puzzle game fan, you would definitely get your money's worth out of it. It was only $1.99, so not bad, you know, for the money. I think it would have been worth it. Hey, I did carry on playing after saying all that stuff, so I just thought I'd show this one where things do start to get a little bit more tricky. There's actually places where you can't move, you can't actually move down there, and you can't move left from there. As you can see on the grid here, those places don't allow you to move the thing there, so it does make it a little bit more tricky for lining everything up. That was it really, just a little postscript to the main review, but there's not much else to say, so I'll stop.